Voting is about democracy, and democracy is about voting. When citizens vote, they are promoting democracy. The more citizens participate in elections, the more politicians will feel compelled to represent voters' interests in Parliament. The Independent Electoral Commission continues to engage the electorates by conducting workshops with different stakeholders across the country to increase voters' knowledge on election processes and improve the country's voter turnout profile. The introduction of the Braille template has boosted the morale of the visually impaired in that they can now cast their ballot without being accompanied by anyone. These people can now enjoy the privacy and independence of casting a secret ballot like everyone else. Also, the deaf do not feel left behind anymore. Sign language interpreters are making it a point that these people receive education about the voting processes. This helps them to make informed decisions during election time. In its effort to involve everyone who is eligible to vote, the Commission took a decision to enable those living in the diaspora to also participate in the elections. This major development by IEC have increased voter inclusiveness and involvement across the length and breadth of the Botswana society. The more a large numbers of citizens participate actively in elections, the more democracy will be strengthened and protected. Voting helps us to have a say in electing our representatives in Parliament. For example, members of Parliament who pass laws that affect our daily lives. It is therefore critical that citizens are able to make informed decisions about who they want to elect as their candidate. IEC helps electorates to familiarize themselves with the Electoral Act and the Constitution of Botswana by making these documents and other educational materials available for reference. Social issues such as freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religious affiliation, capital punishment, among others, affect every citizen in one way or the other. So by voting, citizens are having a say on social well-being. Voting shapes the country's social agenda. Voting also shapes our country's economy. The laws on taxes, student loan policies, healthcare costs are examples of how the country's economy can affect citizens' lives. The representatives we vote into the office work with government to bring developments to the people. They have influence over how the budget should be used. By voting for them, we are making our economic priorities clear. Voting helps us hold our leaders accountable. If a politician is elected because of his or her promises, but then fails to honor those promises, he or she can be removed through the ballot. Accountability is critical to national development. Many people do not vote because they think that a single vote will not matter after all. But this is not true. The reality is that elections are often decided by very close margins, especially in smaller local elections. If everyone realized how their vote matters, governments would be significantly more representative. This message is brought to you by the Independent Electoral Commission, IEC.